Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me on the stream. I get the messages there. Happy New Year to everybody, and also, we'll probably, if all goes to plan, I'm going to stream once more today. So I'll just repeat the message. But I hope you guys have a much better 2025 than you had a 2024. Piotr, no, never. Zibo is separate, LevelUp is separate. I cannot ever see that happening. Zibo will not do that. Okay. Hello, Christer. Hello, Rule. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, so right off the bat, if you guys updated the LevelUp before 900 Zulu today, you have to re-download and redo it because the ACF files were never included in the first release of that patch file. So please, go and check that. Make sure that when you open your patch file that you see all the ACF files on top of the folders and the other files that are in there. Because this is, in fact, to be honest, a major upgrade to what you guys had a few hours ago still. Alan, aero guitarist, the guy who made the flight model, fixed it up nicely. Okay, it's not perfect. I want you to understand this. We've got two categories, all right? We've got the normal flight simmer category in our minds, and then we've got the real pilots and the very advanced flight simmers, okay? In terms of flight simming, there's 100% okay, you go, you enjoy it, you're going to see it in my stream. We can fly from point A to B and everybody's happy. If you're a real pilot, if you know a little bit more as a simmer, you'll pick up it's not perfect. Okay, so because of the time of year, Christmas happened, New Year, holiday season, the development, we had to fix the problem. The problem is now gone. But the development will restart in the new year when there's time. Alan and us guys testing it will work on all the small little things that the advanced guys and the real pilots know about. Okay, so Sasso also tested this 800 yesterday, and it was a pleasure watching him do aerobatics with this thing. Almost, it was like he was flying at an air show. And so we are aware that the rudder needs a bit of help. Alan is a little bit reluctant working on that. He says it might be something else, so there's something brewing there. We know that the roll rate is a little bit slow. It's not as responsive as it should be. So just to give you an indication, it's not like we don't know. We know, but timing is an issue. So you guys just have to hang tight a little bit. Okay, so it is very much different, very much better than you guys know. If you struggle during a crosswind takeoff and landing, yes, we know. We just told you the roll. Okay, we're going to take it step by step, bit by bit, and we promise when we get later on into the year, you'll remember this time fondly. Okay. Morning, Archibald. Thank you so much. Appreciate the tip. So, guys, let's get going. The only thing I've done is set up the better pushback. I just want to quickly recap for the guys that are not aware. Okay, it's very important that you guys understand the integration of the ZiboMod with the LevelUp. Obviously, Zibo provides the systems, and LevelUp provides everything else: the sounds, the graphics, the model, the flight model, everything. Okay. But you guys need to understand that in the Zibo world, there is two files that governs a lot of things that you need to get from SimBrief. Okay. So I'm going to put this onto the screen. I just want to clear it up a little bit. Give me a second. I don't want to have too much to boggle your minds here. EGKK, I want to keep that one. So I'm going to put it on screen here. Uncle John, I'm going to share my screen so you can also follow along.
Appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Right. So if you look at Explain Output FMS Plans folder, all right, you need to have the FMS plan if you want to use certain facilities, and you very definitely need the Zibo. It's called the Zibo file. Let me get the this thing on here. There in SimBrief, it's called ZiboMod B737, okay? And it goes into the same folder. You need that B738X XML file. That's the Zibo file, right? If you want to simulate the uplink and link to SimBrief, that's the file you need. So for everybody that is still not on the program, I hope you get there. If you know of somebody that don't know and don't understand, please let them watch the video, and please make sure when you do download that you download both files, FMS, and I'll show you the reason why as we continue. Okay, so this is a recap. Sorry for the guys that know this already, but it's very important that we get the news into the LevelUp community as well, because a lot of those guys don't really fly the Zibo. They're all on the other Airbuses and the other kind of stuff, so please bear that in mind. Okay, so in the ZiboMod, and while it is in here, you can obviously use a very particular update method, and then you can put your ZiboMod in here. Don't go copy your ZiboMod in here. Okay, if you just copy it straight, you're going to kill both aircraft. Okay, as easy as that. And the reason you're going to kill both is you're going to mess with the LevelUp files. It's going to have the wrong stuff in there, and then you're going to mess up your ZiboMod, because what's going to happen is X-Plane is going to see a copy of the ZiboMod that's obviously broken, because it's only pointing to bits and pieces, not the rest of the ZiboMod. And then if you pick the wrong one when you make your flight, it's broken. So this one this morning contains the latest ZiboMod in the future. As the ZiboMod comes out, please go watch my other video about the LevelUp, that first introduction, very important video. It's on my YouTube channel in the ZiboMod grouping. If you go to Skymatics, just the main page, it's in the Zibo grouping, the very first video. It tells you how to do the update. Okay, I don't want to go and confuse you guys by doing it now. Then in terms of Avitab, all right, remember this is not the Avitab, this is the Zibo tablet. Okay, LevelUp obviously changed the look and feel of it a little bit, but this is the Zibo tablet. Avitab is just a plugin that's utilized. It's one little click. So once we get in here, if you want to see your route, this is where the FMS file comes into. You can click on the routes, you can go load it, and then once you go to your map, you'll see the route on your map. Okay, this is the main reason why we want to use the FMS file at this point in time. Obviously, you can use the FMS file in the FMC when you use the company route, okay? But there's no point in using the company route now that we have the uplink, because that XML uplink file, which I'm going to use, and you'll see me use it in action now, contains all the performance data, all the weights, all the winds, so it's so much more, so much bigger. And just remember one thing, you need to have it in the Lido format. So when you do your dispatching on SimBrief, you have to dispatch it as the Lido format. Okay, it won't work if you use it for an airline that does not utilize Boeings. It's just not going to see it, because the layout of the OFBs and stuff is totally different. Okay, so this is the one thing, me personally, I obviously integrate my Navigraph, so I use the Navigraph charts and stuff to actually put on the display here. All right, so this is the one thing. Then please note, this is for X-Plane 12 only. We made a mistake, we rectified it through text the last time. You cannot use airside services in X-Plane 11. So if you go to your fuel weight and balance, airside services is only for X-Plane 12. All right, and this also runs off the XML file, and I'm going to load it up and activate it so that whole pageant can start. What we are going to do then is run through all the necessary that we have to set up. Go back to airside services, and then we're going to watch the progress over here. All right, so that's it. That's just a small recap, just to make you guys understand. If you watch this later, if you're not familiar with the ZiboMod, there's different ways of doing it now, okay? So let's get going. Right, guys, if you have questions, just drop it. let's have a nice chat as we continue today. Wrong side. All right. Go switch on that yaw damper. That's it. Okay, so let's go open the OFP. Let's go have a look, see what flight level we are suggested to use today. Have a look here. Adobe. Right, so we do see a step climb. I am going to follow the step climb as a test, just again of the Zibo code. All right, we're still looking at that. So we're going to go to 240 and then we're going to end up at 380. All right. So I'm going to just set this one up for our first step. And then you can also follow the procedure I use to actually do that step then when we get there later. Let's quickly see what is our landing altitude. $250 is fine. It's 268, so I mean we can make it 300. It's not the end of the world. There we go. All right. Right, so over here we can see that everything is loading. If you guys do not have the actual trucks and everything, remember you have to copy the GSE folder from the objects folder in the ZiboMod into the LevelUp objects GSE folder. Just merge them. I specifically use the term merge because the guys using Apple Macs, iOS, they use the term merge. There are certain objects in there already. You don't want to get rid of the ones in LevelUp. You just want to add the ZiboMod. So just merge the two, please. Right, and there you go. And then you'll have your whole pageant playing, all automated through the airside services. While that is then working and doing its thing, we're going to quickly set up. All right, so talking about this update patch, the big thing is obviously the flight model. All right, there was a little mistake that crept in between our last test model and the one that was released. This has now been rectified, and I promise you, you're going to be very, very happy with the results. Okay, Arkeepers, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one, and Happy New Year. Eh? I guess I'll just do that. There we go. All right. So this morning I am using Xenviro again. I promise that I will test this with a new version. So here we go. 0, 2, 3. Let's get in here. All right, so you see this request the plan, this one, this is using that XML file. So we're skipping the FMS file in the company root. And this one is then going to bring in all the rest of the data for us. So we click on load, activate and execute. Okay, I've watched a couple of guys do it slightly different. Guys, don't. You are not in a real aircraft. You are not doing a two-person simulation. You're doing a single-person simulation. Activate the page and execute it before you move off it. You're going to forget, and then you're going to have problems with the setup of the aircraft. Okay, I'm warning you now out of great love, not because I'm being funny or stupid. All right, we've seen it so many times. I've been training people to fly Boeings for years and years now. you go into single operation and you don't activate and execute the page, trust me, at some point in time it's going to bite you. So the quickest, easiest way to do it correctly is just activate it. Just do it. All right, so I want to quickly get the Adobe back on screen here. No, sorry, talking nonsense. Not Adobe, it's Navigraph. Right, one of the things when you fly out of Gatwick, out of Heathrow, Stansted, Luton, all these airports in the same kind of area in the UK is you've got a lot of altitude restrictions. These are not flight level restrictions, okay? So don't go and press your standard button and go to a flight level when you can see you need to be on an actual altitude, okay? So just another quick tip. Let's quickly go to the arrival. We are going to do ILS runway 25. All right. It's interesting. Ringa. There we go. It's interesting how the approaches work here. I'll show you. I actually modified it. Right. The real world flight plan includes 1 or 2 extra waypoints more towards the airport here, and I decided to rather try this arc. I've never tried this one. I always fly the teardrop here, and this morning I just thought I'm going to be different. All right, so let's step through. Let's see. Hello, Jeff. Morning. Try it, Jeff. See if just by changing the procedure it's different, because I've just seen it too many times that things just go horribly wrong. Right, we need to go back. There is a discontinuity, might be 2 of them, so let's just quickly have a look. Ah, no, it's not. That is that funny link that we need to set up, so I'm just gonna copy it, close the loop. I suppose I could get rid of that waypoint and, fly further straight to Ringa, but this way we're following the real world plan up to a very late stage. Happy New Year, Asim. Yeah, I've got profiles. It's in our Discord. It's on the LevelUp Discord, specifically for the LevelUp. We actually updated the 600 version last night. So if you can follow our links and then use our information, we're busy looking at revising them slightly because of changes. Okay, so it is what I use as well. We do use the specific LevelUp ones. You can't really use the Zibo one unless you're on the 800. The 800 is the 800. Okay, that's not going to change. But 600, 700, 900, 900 ER, you need to use the specific ones. I know there are user versions floating around too. I never made one for the 900 ER. I still need to make one. The 900. Somebody suggested it's not working, but I can't actually see the problem. So I need to investigate it a little further. But yeah, you can't use an 800 on a 700 or 600 or 900 for that matter. So be careful of that. Here's our arc going in straight. There we go. All right, at some point in time, do what I do. Obviously, to get the PAX boarding, you now need to trip the chime switch, okay? And then it will actually do the call out for the buses and the actual PAX to come. Another thing I just want to mention to you guys is when you use SAM jetways, the Zibo is struggling to compute whether there is a jetway or not. Okay, I was sitting with Zibo one evening and he was explaining to me how the calculations work to determine whether there is a jetway or not. If he goes all out, he's going to drain your resources in your PC and you're going to end up with 5 FPS to really sort it out. So at this point in time, there is no fix for it. Okay, you can disable it or you can just ignore it. If you go to a default airport, you'll see it works. His workaround works perfect for not showing that one. But Sam is doing something funny. Okay, and to kill all the resources to try and match what the hell Sam is doing, it's kind of, it's not going to happen. Okay, so just live with it or disable it. Right, so another thing you need to be careful of is don't put in the CG, where we're not on that page yet either, but don't put in the CG into your FMC until the packs are loaded, because it continuously changes. I'll show you as we work through now. Right, so we're going to use the request facility, the XML file again, and then it's going to fill in almost everything for us except one or two things which I will tell you. Right, so there we have our plan again. The one thing that you will see when we click on load now is it does not put the reserves. Our reserves is this one. It's your final reserve plus the alternate fuel. Right, so it's 2898. So that will be 2.9. 2.9 is good. Right. And then the other thing that you will notice is Zibo does not support a step climb, an automatic step climb. Okay, even in the real world, the aircraft is not going to, go and force you to do a step climb. What happens is it's supposed to give you the tip on screen. Listen, you're ready to go higher. That's not implemented. It's not reading the final altitude. Okay, so you have two options. You're either going to fly like I'm going to fly this morning, go to 240, then altitude intervent up to 380, or you change to 380 here one time immediately. As you can see, we can do that. It is allowed. We can go to 380 already with our weight. But this is up to you. Just be careful when somebody gives you a step climb that you do not, put blinkers on your eyes and you miss the fact that that's just the first one and you should actually go to that one. Okay, so very important. You need to read these things. Exactly, Krister. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to change that CG. It's going to change the trim. You're going to have a nasty takeoff if you don't do it correctly. See there, I've executed this page already again. Now we move on. Right, we're not too concerned about this in general, but because we know that Navigraph, where's Navigraph again? Remember I showed you Adobe. Remember I showed you all the restrictions there? Right, so there's no point in climbing like a rocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a calm takeoff and a calm climb. You'll see it's going to take forever to get airborne. It's going to take slower to reach the altitude. Otherwise, what happens is you go up, your nose pitches 20 degrees and you go up like a flipping rocket, and then you sit at 5,000 feet anyway for 10 minutes before you leave the airspace. So I'm going to do this just to also test it, and obviously we don't need to be a rocket right now. Right, the other thing now is we're going to use flaps 5. Let's just quickly check the weather. Okay, we don't see any precipitation. Let's actually go do a visual check. There is an accumulation of water probably from some rain earlier, so we can actually just go and say the runway is wet. Just make sure. And now an added little bonus, we can do the cutback because we're not going to rocket up to our 5,000. So we're going to do this for noise abatement purposes, just cut back on the engines. You'll see it's going to drop down to 81.6 on the N1. nice and slow, relaxed, and all those aunties with the curlers in their hair, they're not going to phone the office and say, "Oh, these jet jockeys are blowing us out the sky here this morning."
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Right, now, going back here, you should have heard the closing of the doors. You can see PAX is 100%. We are now done with this. And if we go to the CG, if we double click it now, it gives us the actual trim required. Okay, so we're going to go for 6 and we'll ask Linda to just set it for us.
Trim up.
All right, so there we go. We've got everything we need. We can start the APU, push back and go. Well, we need to still do the MCP. I do apologize. It says 146. Right, we said 240 will be our first one. The aircraft will obviously honor the restrictions as we climb up. Let's quickly check. Let's see what is our direction. 257 on the course. 57. Right, and that is our test. All our programming is done. MCP is set correctly. Let's start our APU. Right, once that is done, we'll ask Linda to do our
flight deck. The tug is driving up.
Formalities for the before start checklist or before start procedure. I'm just going to go there. We're done.
Morning.
Morning. Hoe gaan dit?
Goed, gaat goed.
Hoi.
Jullie?
Ja, lekker. The update for LevelUp has made my day. I'm glad we can share it with you guys. I hope you did your update if you're flying it.
Okay, Captain, all doors and hatches are closed. We're ready to connect.
Never flown it, but I'll give it a try.
It is tryable now, for sure. ASIM, I hope you come right with the Discord. Let me know if you need more help. Before start procedure.
John, are you there?
Before start procedure.
The tug's connected and the bypass
Oh,
engine
John's
stored.
there.
Release parking brake.
Bring your mic a bit closer, Uncle John. He's there, Owen.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hmm.
We're going grocery shopping in a few minutes. When my
Okay.
wife is ready. And after that, I think I won't see you guys anymore until next
Tomorrow.
year.
Ready
Okay.
for start checklist.
So
you
if
must...
I don't see you anymore, have a good end of the year and all the best for the new year. Huh?
Same to you, Owen.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. So ground services, that's not set anymore. GPU, we're going to... Oh, she must have put us on the bus, so GPU can go off. Let's push back.
We're commencing pushback. Clear to start engines in sequence.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
She's not listening.
No, she's eventually started listening, but with all the changes in the ZiboMod, this version of Linda really needs an upgrade. So remember, Eugenie said that they'll release the new one just after New Year sometime. So
Okay.
even I can't wait for the new one, because this one, she goes away and then she dies. She goes to sleep.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that head hanging.
25 and 2. Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Ground to fly deck, the pushback's complete, set parking brake.
25 and 2.
We're disconnecting the tow, stand by.
Oh, I'm getting cold, so have a good flight, Nico.
Thank you so much.
Starting
Enjoy your
now.
day.
Perhaps I'll see you
Engine
landing
start
when we get
procedure
back, but
complete.
not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, gave you the best wishes. See you
Yeah.
later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tow is disconnected, bypass pin has been removed, hand signals to the right, and we'll see you next time. Have a safe flight. Cheerio.
can only imagine that irritates you no end, Nico.
Who, Uncle John? Reinhard is talking very loud here in the background. Say again.
I said I can only imagine that irritates you no end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, reconfigure the whole flipping time. I don't know. Right, that's it. Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure. Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Right, what is our temperature? Our temperature is 10, so we are good. Get back to my stream screen. Solly, hi, even though started engine sound is barely heard. Is it normal? You can probably open the window and stick your head out and hear if you can hear
Ready
more.
for before taxi procedure. Flaps 5 set.
Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, with level up, you need to make sure that your master, your exterior and interior, those three must be full volume. Just give it a try. I don't know. Otherwise, go and sit at the window and listen to it if you want to hear it more, you know. Let's go.
Taxi lights on.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 5, green light.
Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent. Stabilizer trim. 60 units set. Transponder. TARA set. Runway 26 left confirm. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Yeah, I don't want to go too far because remember we are on D-rate -2, so we don't want to use up all the runway because we are not putting out the thrust as usual, so let's rather give ourselves a bit of room here.
Stabilized.
Toga. Here we go.
Takeoff thrust set. Shooting knots. Throttle full. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Acceleration altitude.
Morning, virtual aviator. Sorry, now I'm looking at your comment and I'm not concentrating on my flight director. Ooh, I hope my X-plane doesn't bomb out now. I'm going to be so furious.
Flaps upset.
See, we now have a much shallower climb. It took a little longer to take off, took a little longer to actually reach the 5,000. Now everybody's happy. Nobody spilled anything. Nobody's neck got hurt. Uncle John,
Yes, sir.
believe it or not, the last time I flew this thing yesterday, there was no oscillation in the level up, only in the Zibo. And
Well,
it's the
this is
same.
it's one of the reasons I'm watching this, because I want to see if it relates the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if that is the case, if it's not in the level up, then Zibo needs to be made aware of it.
Of course. See, the difference, Uncle John, between the two is the flight model and the integration into the automation. And yeah, so I mean, Twixter did update the flight model, and Zibo now needs to match the two. So I'm telling it to you, but I know I'm mostly speaking to the guys on the stream, so they also understand.
Yeah.
Zibo now needs to match and integrate what Twixter did, so that we don't have the oscillation.
Hey, firm.
Possibly no, it's got nothing to do with the oscillation. The revised flight model, in brief, removed extra airfoils that was added to simulate the winglets on the aircraft. Okay, so that portion of the development wasn't actually finished, and unfortunately it crept into the release model because my test version didn't have it. This is why you can go back to my test versions and my streams and see I didn't have the same problem that you guys had. And then what happened was I updated the level up through Orbex. Then I got the same version you had. Then I started running out of trim and getting all your errors. So when the guy who made the flight model went back and he started checking, that was obviously the problem. So in this version, those extra airfoils, obviously there are other things as well, but those were the two main big ones, or the main big one. That has been removed. So you'll see in the new flight model of LevelUp that I'm flying now and that you guys can now download, it's a totally different ballgame. Hello, Chris. Chris, if you update the thing, the update of today, it's a different ballgame. Do it as soon as possible. Don't wait a minute. Go grab the update immediately, because by removing those things that shouldn't be in there, that wasn't ready, it's changed the whole ballgame. Yeah. Chris, I don't know. Look, as far as I know, it should be the same kind of an idea, but you'll have to go and test it. And remember, the airside services does not work in Explain 11. So that we know don't work. But in terms of the update, I'm pretty sure that the update's going to be good for Explain 11 in terms of the flight model, yeah. But you'll have to check it and let us know. Remember, I don't have Explain 11 anymore, so I don't know, I can't test it. The link is in the notes below the video. So if you click on show more, I did put the link in there. You can grab it from the threshold. You can, I'm not sure if Orbex already updated. That might be lagging a bit, but the threshold is basically the download place at this time. But the link is on my Discord. It's on the LevelUp Discord, and there's a link here. I think this link that I put in here will take you to the LevelUp Discord, and then you get it. Morning, Philip. Yeah, please do. It's a totally different ball game now. You're gonna like it a lot. And just a reminder for everybody that downloaded the LevelUp update before 900 Zulu this morning, please re-download it. That one was broken, unfortunately. So just make sure you get the latest one. Hello, Sean. Same to you. Yeah, you just open the little zip file, go into the main folder and grab all the contents and pop it into your normal LevelUp folder then. Overwriting all the old files. If your Windows or your Mac doesn't ask you, do you want to update or merge, then you know you're doing it wrong. So, you have to overwrite the stuff that's in there, the old stuff. This fix also includes the latest Zibo, so you don't have to do the Zibo separately. All right, it's all included. Just pop it in. This is nice and stable and just nice. Awesome, Krister. This is the new X-Enviro 1.34 clouds. They're brilliant. And I was told they're going to get even better. Can't wait. Absolutely, Chris. almost ready to climb. There's life. Look at that. Look how everything goes.
Transition altitude.
Oh my goodness, somebody dropped a bowl or something downstairs. That sounded amazing. Don't know what you heard, but wow.
Sounded painful.
Yeah, it's some tin or aluminium or something. It's an iron type bowl, and it's like
Let's hope it wasn't too expensive.
no, it's okay. And if it's iron, you know, I'm more worried about the tile floor getting chipped.
I'm thinking more about the contents.
No, it was empty. That was definitely empty. Love climbing out of the clouds like this. Breakthrough.
Switches off.
It's interesting. They keep you down low for almost 20 minutes. Obviously, we started climbing. I didn't check the exact minutes, but I'm thinking at least 15, little bit more than 15, almost 20 minutes that they keep you down low just to navigate the airspace there in London, eh?
Sadly, that's as a result of Heathrow primarily.
Yeah. Stephen, in the real world maybe, but in our world, when we follow the magenta line and all the requirements of the SIDS and the stars, like I showed already on stream, that's our reality. Now, when we get real ATC here on Vatsum or Ivea, I mean, they usually cut you short and they let you climb and do all those things. But on paper, it very definitely is what it is. Happy New Year, Rob. Thank you to you and your family as well.
To level off.
So that is our first level. I'll let it stabilize and then we do the step up to 380. You're in the milk again. Yo. Right, so step one, we're going to set the MCP to 380 and we're going to do the overhead so we don't die climbing up there. 8. And then I'm just going to show you on the MCP, we're going to press the altitude intervent button, that one. I hope I actually clicked on it because the mouse changed the way it displays. Try again. There we go. Now it's taken it. See, there's N1 coming. Must have just missed it first time. There you go. Now we climb. And the bonus now is, look, the FMC is automatically updated, so you don't have to go and fiddle with the FMC. And that's it. Yeah, if the people don't play by the same rules, I can just imagine that, Stephen. Obviously, you've got the real world experience, but yeah. I guess the FIA can only be proud of us now. Yeah, it's going to help you a little bit. Good morning, Alan. Welcome, aero guitarist. Happy days. We're flying your 800. Sean. Yeah, massive overcast. Terrible. Sean, I'm not so worried about the ATC working from home. It's the pilots working from home that scares me a little bit. I must be honest. Yeah, imagine. No, I don't. And then you've got 2 milliseconds latency on the ATC side and 5 milliseconds latency on the fiber coming from the pilot's house, and the two miss each other. Kaboom. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. It's nice to just relax a little bit. I'm obviously keeping my eye on things, but now the stress is off us. We can really enjoy it. No, it hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting for him to tell me when he's ready. I'm just sitting here thinking by myself. It's been just over 2 years. I'm really so glad that we can eventually share this with all you guys.
1000 to level off.
Chris, Explain 12. And in fact, I speak under correction, but I think Explain 11 has built-in fireworks for Christmas and for New Year by default. It's just that it's in the main centers. You know, if you go to Portland, Seattle, New York, you know, the main centers, I've seen it for years already. It's there. I'm pretty sure there should be an add-on as well. I've never gone to look for it, so that might be what you're talking about. But check out the default one as well. Set your date and time. Go stand at some major airport somewhere and have a look. There we're acquiring our cruise. There we go. What a blessing. What a blessing. Top of descent. Yo, it's close. Yeah, just try it close to midnight, or around about midnight. You'll be surprised. There are quite a few places that have it. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, log in, yeah. -4 and 1002. Has changed. Idiot, you idiot, you idiot. Type correctly. Okay. Happy New Year, Jet Power. Same to you, man. Well, excellent. Enjoy your barbecue. Right, we want 247. Yeah, in cruise, we want to descend to 2,500. So 500. 1099. So frequencies and courses are set. They must add 002. Let's find out.
That cruise is rock solid, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm happy with it. 468. No, it should be there. I tested it in level up, Piotr. You just need to go set it. If it's not able to set, check that you've got Ian installed as well. I mean, there could be a requirement. Let's quickly go there. Display variants auto flight. Yeah, there you go. It's there. You must just enable it. We can also install Ian. All right, we don't want to capture that approach. Yeah, let me save it as well. We had a bit of an issue, me and Aero Guitarist. He noticed it. I didn't actually even, because I don't use it that often. But if you click the approach button here, when we did LPV in the testing, the horizontal was a mirror image. So it sat the little diamond on the left when it was supposed to be on the right and vice versa. Yeah. Yeah, I've done one or two of them. I did test them. Restart your sim, Piotr, and before you do anything, go set it. Yeah, just work through it. And there goes my explain. It just crashed. Blumenick, no. Not what I wanted.
Let's
For a
find
new.
out why. Let's have a look at that file.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of all my wife's bikini pictures here on the screen. Give me a second. She won't like me distributing that on the open internet. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's go find this stupid problem. At takeoff, it was going and ah a little bit, and I was worried it bombed out there already. Heavy memory state. Okay, so I ran out of memory. This is usually VRAM. I lost it because of VRAM. I can virtually guarantee you that. No, Chris, it's gone. It crashed. And it says the memory pressure state. Now, from experience, I know that means I ran out of VRAM. So this is that old AMD bug that Explain still needs to fix, basically. We just ran out of memory.
They said they fixed it.
No, in the last run, they said that you need to be on the latest for it to be fixed, but I still get the impression it's not. I mean, there you go. It's proven. It's just not done. It's not fixed.
Oh, question. Are you on the latest?
Yeah. But remember, AMD only updates like 3 times a year. So my update when I checked it like a week ago or so was, it's old. You see, it's from August 27. That's the latest version. There are no any other newer versions. That's it. So, it's one of those things. Yeah, that obviously is one of the requirements, Aero Guitarist. Yeah, you have to have the MMR enabled, definitely. All right, so anyway, there goes a perfectly good flight because my sim, didn't like it. So yes, exactly. I've got 12 gig of VRAM, but it's the AMD portion that's the problem. If you look at let me see if I can find it for you guys. If you look at the changelog, the explain changelog, explain the release notes, right? General. Users, wait, let me pull it there. Users of AMD graphics cards should ensure to use the latest version in order to avoid out-of-memory issues. Okay, now if you go back and you read through it, you'll see AMD was a problem, and now I'm telling you it's still a problem. You know, it's one of those things. So I'm going to have to drop a little bit more of my settings. My sliders are a little bit far to the right, it seems. One of those things.
And will you be updating AMD?
You can't. There's nothing to update to, Uncle John. The latest update is from August. There's nothing to update to. No new driver.
Negative. Will you be updating AMD as to what happened just?
No, you can't talk to AMD. Only Explain talks to them. They've got a direct channel. They talk to them, they said. So all I can do is basically just complain to Laminar and say, well, look,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
fixed.
But
Yeah.
you will be doing that, yes?
Yeah, we might as well do it. Say to them, yeah, it's not fixed. Correct. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a good New Year. I'll try stream again a little later on. I just need to go do the rage quit, smack the pillow thing now. And then when I feel better, a little later on, we can do one more flight. But then I'll make sure my sliders are even more to the left, Go enjoy the level up, guys. Go enjoy the Zibo. Go enjoy Explain and have fun. We'll talk later.
Have a good one. Thank you.